Welcome back to the channel and the Bikini Fit Split Series. This is the first video in the series, and let's get right into the workout. Okay, the very first exercise is the hamstring bent knee stretch alternating. So you're just gonna kick your bent knee back and kind of tuck your foot. I like to kind of tuck my foot as close to my butt as you can. I find that's easier on my bent knee. And you're just going to kind of alternate and bend forward and stretch the hamstring and the inner thigh. And just go as deep as feels comfortable for you. You're going to repeat doing this for 60 seconds. And don't worry, I'll be setting a little beeper so you know when it's time to switch exercises. So I'm not the most flexible person, and that's why I decided to put together this series. The goal with this series is to practice getting our splits a little bit deeper every session. Okay, now you're going to hold over the bent knee and go as far and deep as feels comfortable for you. Sometimes you might not have to come out of it if you're feeling a little uncomfortable, and then get back into it. Like I said, I find it easier to do when you kind of spread your legs and pull the foot towards your glute. I find that to be the easiest on my knee. So don't forget to breathe through these exercises and make sure to have water nearby so that you can have sips of water as you're going through the motions. Each of these exercises are going to be 60 seconds long, so it's kind of like a yin yoga. So if you're not flexible like me, you're going to want to come back to this routine as often as possible, 3 times a week or even every day. All right, we're going to go over to the straight leg and stretch the hamstring. The goal of the series is to get our splits. So we are going to keep on keeping on. Comment below and let me know if you can do the full splits or no way. I'd love to hear from you and know where you're at with your splits. You're going to see at the end of these videos, we're going to do a 3-second hold, typically with the right leg forward and then the left leg forward and then a center split. So you can anticipate that, but for now we're just going to keep holding these stretches. Every single week it's important to kind of track your progress. So if you would like to, switch sides and go back to the alternating stretch on the other side. So you're going to bring your one leg straight and the opposite leg bent knee and go side to side alternating. It might feel a little different from one side to the next. Just go at your own pace. So all the equipment that I use in this video, I'm going to be linking below the video. So if you need to get a mat or even resistance bands can be really helpful in holding specific stretches to get a deeper stretch. Another piece of equipment that I like is the yoga square. What is it called? Comment below. Okay, so now you're going to hold on the side with the bent knee. The yoga block, that's what it's called. So I'm going to be linking those things below in case you need anything like that. I oftentimes will just use a book, but having a yoga block is pretty handy because they're pretty sturdy and then you're not trashing your books. Another thing you can use instead of a yoga block is a dumbbell if you have it handy because they're pretty sturdy. Sometimes I've used those as they've moved around a lot over the years, and I find that getting the home equipment can be challenging, especially when you're moving and throwing things away or losing them. Don't forget to take deep breaths in these holds. I know they're a bit deeper than you might be used to. Okay, now switch sides and go over to the straight leg and really go down as far as you can. You're going to feel this in the hamstring. So to get your splits, the two main muscular areas that get tight, I find, are the hamstrings and the hip flexors. Now, when I was a kid, I used to be able to do the splits all three ways, as I used to be a gymnast. And obviously, as we get older, our flexibility decreases. So this is really a challenge that I wanted to put out there for myself and my clients. It's been really interesting because when we're doing these challenges, I have my clients send in a video of their challenge. So if you're doing a splits challenge, you'd send in a video of your splits, and that way we can see your progress from the beginning to the end of the program. Okay, now go into the wide leg forward stretch. You're just gonna sit down on your sit bones and lean forward and bring your legs out as wide as possible. Come down as low as feels comfortable for you. You don't even have to lean if it's too tight, but if you can, come down on your elbows, and you can even bring your chest down to the mat if you're that flexible. So take this at your own pace. Obviously, you can feel your own flexibility and only go as deep as feels comfortable for you. So the Splits series is designed to get your splits, like I said, and I would recommend coming back to this video a few times a week. All right, into the forward fold standing stretch. So you're gonna bend forward at the hips and hold your abs in tight. You're gonna come down as low as you can. The goal is obviously to not have your knees bent. I have my knees bent because I have very tight hamstrings. So like I was mentioning, a yoga block would do really good, or you can even come halfway down or use a dumbbell if you need to. You're still gonna get a stretch if your knees are bent, but the goal is to straighten the knees. So keep working on that. Like I was mentioning, in order to get your splits, you really have to have flexible hamstrings, because the forward leg is literally in a hamstring stretch. So really working on this stretch every so often is going to be really important. Okay, now we're going to go into the low lunge with the toes curled under. With the toes curled under, it's a little bit more aggressive. You're gonna feel it more in your hip flexors. So if you find that to be too intense, you can always put your foot flat. But if you like it, then keep the toes curled under. I like to try and think of it like a string is pulling my head upwards towards the ceiling and keeping your hips pushed forward. You're gonna really feel that in the hip flexors. I like to put my hands on my knees and kind of push into the knee a little bit, and that helps me with my balance and my stability, but also to get the hip flexors really pushing forward and feeling the stretch in there. You might want to take one hand on a bench if you need to for stability, or even to hold on to a couch, a chair, or a wall. All right, so you're going into the kneeling hamstring stretch. As you can see, my hamstrings are quite tight. You might be like me. Comment below and let me know where your flexibility is at with your hamstrings. So the goal of this exercise is to stretch the hamstrings. There's a couple of things you can do to get more of a stretch, like pointing your toes upwards. Like you can see with my hands, I'm touching my toes and I'm kind of trying to bring them upwards, but just take this stretch as deep as you can. We're going to keep working on this every single week, and I can't wait to see your progress, as I can't wait to see my own progress, because I think with determination and continual stretching and making it a priority that we can see some serious gains. Also, this is my cat Cindy, who likes to come along into my workouts. Keep holding your stretches. Okay, we're doing the bent knee low lunge with the bottom foot lifted. You might find that you need either a pillow or a little towel below your knee if the mat isn't enough. And you're just gonna bring your foot up. Try and bring it as close as you can to your glutes. You're gonna really feel the stretch in your hip flexor in this move. Don't forget to breathe. Deep breaths in these holds. Sometimes you might find you're getting a little bit tired, getting a little yawny, holding these poses. It's totally normal. Okay, going into the pigeon stretch, you're just gonna take your forward leg and bend it across in front of you, and then just bring your hip flexor as close as you can down towards the floor. My cat's playing with my foot, and you're gonna take your foot so it's totally flat. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor here. Cindy's doing some funny things. So really breathe into these postures. The deeper the stretch, sometimes it's nice to take a deep breath, and that helps to get you into the pose and feel the stretch more as you take a breath in and out. The muscles should start to loosen up with time. Okay, coming out of that pose, go into the low lunge with the toes curled under on the opposite side. So like I said, you can hold on to a bench if you need to for some stability. I was kind of wobbling around on the first one. But once you get your stability, both hands on the knees and either toes curled under, or you put that foot flat so that the top of the foot is on the ground. It's totally optional, but you'll feel more of a stretch with the toes curled under. Okay, going into the kneeling hamstring stretch, you're just gonna bring the hamstrings straight, and you can curl the toes back if you want for a deeper stretch. Cindy likes to be part of the workout. So keep holding the stretch. She likes to hold my hand. Don't forget to breathe through the exercises. Keep breathing. Bring your violent cat to work day. Okay, we're gonna go into the deep low lunge with the foot raised, and just bring that foot up to your hand. And keep holding the stretch.
You're licking the blood off your fingers, I see.
If this is too deep, you can just do a regular low lunge with the foot on the ground. This gives you a deeper stretch in the hip flexor. Make sure to drink lots of water after this workout. Okay, just a few more moves before we're gonna get into the actual splits exercises. So we wanna make sure that we're really limbered up for those. All right, going into the pigeon stretch. Bending the knee across the body and then bringing the hip flexors down to the ground, foot flat, and hold that pose. Make sure to take nice deep breaths in position. Pigeon pose is one of my favorite stretches. I just like to hang out in it. All right, we're gonna do the butterfly stretch. Now this one is for the inner thighs. You're gonna put your feet together. Knees are out to the side. Holding the feet, you can bend forward as far forward as you can. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs, the adductors. Now the adductors are the muscles of your inner thighs. You usually use them in the adductor exercises, like the seated adduction machine or the standing cable adductions. It's really important to stretch these muscles out because with time they get pretty stiff, as you might find. All right, it's time to get into the split. So we're gonna do it 3 different ways. Front, the right leg in front of the left. So the right leg forward splits for 60 seconds. Just pop that leg out in front of you and then bring the leg back. Now this is as far as I can get into the splits currently. This isn't a competition. If you can get the full splits, I am super happy for you. And let me know in the comments below how deep you got. So if you're finding this to be too difficult to get to this, like where your hands are on the floor and you're actually holding in the splits, then I'm going to recommend that you put some pillows below your crotch. Just throw them down there. When I first started, I was using 3 pillows with the right leg in front of the left, and now I'm comfortable here where I don't use pillows, but pillows are a nice option. So you're going to take the left leg in front of the right now and just slide right into the splits. If you need to pause this video and get some pillows, by all means, go and grab those pillows. I'm going to have future videos showing with the pillows. I find the splits with the legs in front to be easier than the wide leg splits. So that's my challenge. I find that I have to use more pillows on the front, the wide leg splits, than I do on the legs forward and back. So just go at your own level. They recommend doing a little bit of flexibility work every single day for short periods of time. So what I'm doing is about 20 minutes every single day. That's my goal. Even if I can just get 5 minutes in, that's what I'm gonna do. But while I'm working on these splits and flexibility this year, I'm gonna be doing it every single day. That's my commitment. So you can expect more videos. Okay, going into the wide leg split now. I didn't shoot this with the pillows. I was feeling maybe just not flexible enough on the day that I shot this. So we're just gonna do pulsating wide leg splits. So this is more of a warm up for the actual. If after this video you want to give the wide leg splits a try for 60 seconds, just set your timer at the end of this video and you can do that. But for me, this is what I'm shooting on this video, and you're just gonna pulse down, kind of rocking back and forth. As you get more flexible, you can start taking your feet further back And you can even do that today if you want to inch your legs back a little bit more and get into the stretch a little bit deeper. It's totally optional. Just go at your own level and at your own intensity. Listen to your body. Amazing work. I'm so happy that you decided to join me for this little flexibility class, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.